Absolute stud. Talking about a stud to a stud. What's up, G? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. I saw you in there. I couldn't have you long in there. Have you ever? Because both you guys are South Florida people. Have you kind of crossed paths with Thad before, or not really?
It's so funny because I feel like I've known of him for years at this point. Like, just
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like people I know that might fight him or people that are going to train with him or like, I don't think we've ever been in the same room together as far as I know. I'm like, but
Okay.
I've just, like, we grew up on the scene together essentially. I'm
Yeah.
like, Florida MMA is a small world, so I've known who he was for a long time. I just don't know if we've ever actually been in the same room trained together.
Okay. We got to make that happen. We'll do. Everyone a part of that watch along has hit me up, talked to me, texted me. They not watch along like the card break. We got to do another one soon. So maybe we'll invite that. Maybe we can make that happen. That'd be cool. Seems like every other person in Florida's an MMA fighter. Close, very close, very close. There's
Pretty
a lot of them.
much.
Yeah, there's a lot. Um, we talked to Dakota Bush earlier too. Give me a minute or 30 seconds on your thing on Friday. How crazy the Kayla Harrison pulling her own card. What was something different or fun about the show on Friday that maybe people don't know, or what was your take on it?
I don't know. It was just a good time all around. Obviously, I think the stars of the show were the Dawson's dogs.
They were.
Um, the
How
only
good are
reason
those
I was
pictures,
there.
G? How good are those pictures?
Oh, they're amazing. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm like, those dogs were just made for like camera. They're
Yeah.
ready in every shot. They're
Yeah.
perfect. So I'm like, that was the highlight of the day for me. Obviously, Kayla Harrison pulling her own signed card,
Dude.
a little bit unreal. But yeah,
One
it
of
just,
one. It's a one of one. It's insane.
yeah, like, what are the odds?
Yeah. I do think I'm actually this is way nerdy for you. You send it into a company and they like plaque it in a way and it's like more valuable. I think I'm gonna do that for that card. It's like it's expensive and you can't do that to like normal cards, but this is like a special card. So I think I'm gonna send that in to get it like plaqued in a way. It's gonna be cool. Gonna be cool.
Yeah, I think you have to with that one.
Yeah, I do. I do. All right, let's kind of get into some of it. Of course, I watch Sunday show, Sunday Morning Brew every Sunday with Gillian and Elle. By the way, I miss the crap out of Miss Elle Dawson all day. It's been an hour and 10 minutes just me, so I definitely miss some Elle. I got like 5, 6 things for you. It can be a minute or 5. You take it away, G. Let's start with dirty boxing down there as well in South Florida. You got Jesse Jess winning, calling out Paige Van Zandt. You got a lot of stuff happening there. What do you think of dirty boxing?
Oh yeah, an absolutely crazy event. Just with that rule set, I think it's like set up to be that way. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
knockouts, a lot of violence, always in each other's faces, and obviously, like Justin just had a great performance after makes a huge call out. I think that is the match to make. I don't see any like they were talking about maybe doing it for a belt, maybe not. I think the way to do it is for the belt. I think that
Yeah.
makes the perfect first dirty boxing female belt with Paige Van Zandt and Jessica Rose Clark. Like, I don't see any other better way to do it.
I totally agree. And I think you ready for this one? Jessica Rose Clark, like that's perfect for her. Like that's up her alley. It's very Muay Thai-ish. You can strike with elbows and stuff. And she was never the best grappler, ground game fighter. Like that's some people find a thing and they just run with it, like how Mike Perry did in Bare Knuckle FC. I think this is great for Jessica. I really do. I think it's like a nice little niche for her.
Okay, I think it just in general in martial arts, there's so many cool like rule sets popping up now where
Yeah.
people are able to find their own niches, like with karate combat, with dirty boxing, with bare knuckle boxing. Even with the jiu-jitsu, I feel like you're seeing more options with like the combat jiu-jitsu, or there
Yep.
is a UFC BJJ that's now on
I was just going to ask you that. Like, how cool is that, G? Like, we've been talking for a long time. And like, I feel like, like during COVID times, like you were doing the Chael Sonnen thing and you kind of did a couple different grappling events. And I'm like, gee, I feel like there's something there. Like, I feel like there's a lot of money out there and it didn't happen. It was kind of went away for a couple years. Now with this, I feel like it can come back. Like even you, if it's off of, a UFC fight camp or you never know in 7, 8 years to kind of just maintain and kind of keep that competitive juices going, you might be like, dude, you and something like that is gold.
Oh yeah, but also like how I just said, I'm like how everybody's finding their own little niches. I feel
Yeah,
like my niche I'm finding is MMA now, where I really am just falling into being a mixed martial artist as a whole, where I
yeah.
don't see myself as just a jujitsu girl anymore, and I don't know, it's just it's a completely different world to me where I don't feel as comfortable in just straight jujitsu without being able to throw strikes anymore, just because I feel like my game is so primarily molded for MMA at this point.
I like that. I like that. I feel confident in just hearing you right now, G. I feel confident. Did you like that little video I sent you about the JITS class? That gym is perfect, right? It's so cool.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely awesome. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to see whenever you're getting you're tying your white belt on, you know?
I know, I know. I think it might happen soon. It might happen soon. They absolutely love it. Both of my boys. It was just gonna be for one boy, and then the other kid saw it. He's like, "Oh, I want to do this." And like we were just going 1 day a week. Now we're going 2 days a week already. Like they can't get enough of it. They love it. G, love it.
Oh, that's exactly how I started. I was like 2 days a week, I think, to
Yeah,
start, then 4 days, then twice a day, every day. Like just keeps on adding up.
it does. It does. Into a full timer like yourself. Question to go. G, will we ever see you competing in a Greg Jones Invitational in the future?
So, like I just said there with like jujitsu not being my realm as much, I really do feel like that. I don't know how active I will be in jujitsu right now, I guess, like while I'm still active in MMA, that's just my main focus. I'm willing to compete against other MMA girls, but girls who compete who just focus on nogi and just focus on jujitsu, it's just such a world that I'm unfamiliar with at this point. It's almost, I guess I'm a little bit nervous to do it, honestly. When I go
Okay.
into a world of like heel hooks and things like that, where it's just, I, you don't really see them in MMA as much because they're typically defended with punching to the face. Where
Right.
I'm like, I'd rather go into an MMA fight and take a couple stitches, maybe, like take a couple punches, take a couple cuts, and I'll be recovered in less than a month than go into a jujitsu match and get heel hooked and tear my ACL. And now I'm out for a year or two. So
Yeah.
I'm like, right now, jujitsu, it is just like scary to me in that way where I don't have enough knowledge on the new game of the leg locks.
Right. It's and like you said, I remember you always saying it evolves like so quickly, month by month, year by year. These leg locks that some of these jits people are doing are incredible, incredible. So DBX is 1, 2. Did you check out PFL on Thursday night or not really?
Yeah, I definitely saw some, not all the fights, some fights here and
Sure.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And
it was a great event top to bottom, honestly. I
it
really feel
was
like it held up. Where and I was definitely team Thad. Didn't think like I don't Jason Jackson being the veteran he is, you have to like give that to him going into that fight, you know? You were always expecting, oh, like he's gonna be able to be a vet, but Thad was able to really just go out there and show that he's ready for these big challenges, he's ready for these big opportunities and big moments. And I was just super impressed by his performance.
I did, and I don't know if you were in the green room when I said this, or but he wasn't happy that he got a finish, and I'm like I love that, and that's literally the main thing that I attracted to you at the beginning was like you're such a great finisher. And I'm like, oh, love it. I'm a Savage fan, right? And but I go, dude, I really think that him fighting Jason for 15 minutes was the best thing for his career and himself going forward. Because when you have that, like when you get in a dark place, he could have a great round against Logan in round 1 and then just get mollywopped by wrestling in round 2 and go bad. But he kind of has that in the back of his head. It's like, oh, I've done this. I've had a 15-minute war with a good veteran, an ex-Bellator champion, and win. I think that's so important to kind of have that in the back of your pocket for sure.
Oh yeah, it's
Coach,
always good experience for you.
for sure, for sure. Coach Mike, do you bring a BJJ specialist to help you in that area, or are you strictly training with MMA partners? Good question.
I'm more specifically training with MMA partners because that's what I'm preparing for. I'm
Yeah,
preparing for the MMA look. And I don't know, it's just it is such a different look whenever you can add punches. Even when it comes to like say in jujitsu, you can utilize a closed guard a lot more. Where in MMA, if you're gonna sit in a closed guard, you're gonna get punched in the face. So or like even from the top position, I don't really even know how to pass anymore and open a guard in a jujitsu manner because I haven't even drilled that in years. So I'm like, it's just not important to my game right now to be focused on, I guess, jujitsu as a sport. I feel like so many people, they look at MMA as a culmination of jujitsu, wrestling, striking, whatever, like all the
Right,
martial
right,
arts,
right.
when it's really its own sport by itself.
It
It's
is.
not, it's not a mixture of the sports, it's its own sport. So it's like I'm getting good at the sport of MMA. And that being said, I'm not as good at straight wrestling or straight boxing or straight jujitsu anymore, but I'm getting really good at MMA.
I've I've never heard that, and it's such gold. Like how you said it too. Like I never even thought of that, but that way. But like, yeah, it's not. You're not going into boxing and then to a grappler, then into jiu-jitsu. It's literally all in one. It's mixed and it's blended, and you're not just a boxer for a quick second. You're standing up and you're doing plethora of different things, and then you go for a wrestle and takedown, and then the jits comes in. Yeah, look at this, 2 in a row. Great answer. Thank you. Just makes sense. Dude, gee, the vitamins are probably hitting very well right now. We're on top of it, G, on top. UFC Atlanta, like I said, I know you and Elle talked about it for an hour. Guys, Sunday Morning Brew, every Sunday, 10 a.m. Gillian Robertson, Elle Dustin, the best show on Fight Bananas. Better than this. 1 minute or two. Wellmaker got a crazy knockout. He was just on the show 30 minutes ago. Rose looked awesome. Gave you a shout out. I don't know if you heard it. And when you watched it Sunday morning, I was like, I hope G saw the Rose fight beforehand. Yeah, shouted you out in the cage. How'd it feel good?
I actually didn't hear that at all. So I'm like, I have to go
Oh,
back and listen
G.
to that.
Yeah. After the cage, she's like, this win isn't just me. It's all about my teammates, my coaches, people that flew out there. Gillian Robertson. She said another name too. Klein, Fatimo Klein, Fatia
No,
Klein.
no, what's her name? Carly Judice?
Oh yes, Carly Jadis. Yes, that's who it was.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Carly was out there the week before me and the week after me, so I knew that she was going out there. But yeah, I didn't hear the in cage shout out. Definitely watched her performance, and I
yeah,
talked about it a lot on Sunday. About it was just very cool to see, like, oh, we drilled that. Oh, we drilled that. Oh, she did that on me. Like, it's all things that she was working in camp. I feel like Elle brought up, she was like, maybe, do you think she made the adjustment of making the wrestling? I was like, no, our whole training camp, I'm like, we were drilling that high crotch. Hit
yeah.
that, she hits that out, it's like an outside trip double kind of. And she hit it on me multiple times while we were sparring. She hit it on Miranda, I believe, in the second round. I'm like, there's a lot of things that I was just able to see that, like I said, either she used on me or we were able to drill in her garage. That it was just cool to be able to watch it in action, you know?
Yeah, I love that. God, I love that so much. I love all that inside information thing, that kind of what people see on a big Saturday night. They were the co-main event of UFC Atlanta. It was a major fight. And also the thing that I took from it, and we're on this Rose thing, like she had a really, just be honest, she had a bad strawweight championship fight and one of the worst fights ever. Didn't go her way. And she kind of went away for a little bit. And sometimes when that happens, it's like, where is she at? Then she went up and then fought, right away as a flyweight against the big, massive Fiero, who just went 5 rounds with Valentina, which was 2-2 to a lot of people. And Valentina is one of the greats of all time in the flyweight division. And it's like, everyone I felt like gave up on Rose. She looked so good on Saturday night. I thought her jab looked so quick. Her transitions looked so quick. I think she's got 3 wins now. She had a close loss against Blanchfield, but we all of us, me, you, I think Elle, all think very highly of Aaron Blanchfield. Like, Rose is still there. Like, Rose is still a factor. She's such a big name, and I know people won't want to hear this. I would love Rose versus Valentina. Like that fight's not out there. Like, people don't talk about that fight. If we saw that poster, I think all of us would be like, that's big. That's a big one.
Oh yeah, that's a huge fight. But I don't know if just where she's at in the division and where the division's at, if they would necessarily match that up just yet, you know?
I agree. She needs to win because it's Aaron and Fiero, and I think there's one more girl out of my head. It's not even
Silva?
Mace. Yes, yep, yeah. I hate to say it. I hope it's Aaron and Valentina for the championship, and then maybe Rose versus Silva. And if Rose gets that win, she's there. She's in that spot.
Oh yeah, no, that I saw somebody else throwing out the idea of Rose versus Alexa Grasso because I believe she's still ranked above her
Ooh,
currently right now too. I'm
I
like,
like that.
I just like the idea of that matchup. I think it would
Yeah.
be an interesting one to watch. Oh
I got Rose Namajunas by a million in that fight. Okay.
yeah.
I loved what I saw from Rose and like kind of what you said, even some stuff on air or maybe some off air. I think like I said, we did it to Usman. A lot of people gave up on Kamaru Usman. Oh, he's lost a couple in a row. He's a champion. He's older. We're done. And he absolutely dominated Buckley. Like it was just a domination. It's just those champions, and you know how hard it is to become a UFC world champion. Like those champions, you can't write off. They got there for a reason, for sure.
Oh yeah, and
Talking
like
about
I said,
oh, you go.
well, I was just gonna say, like I said a couple weeks ago, working with Rose, I'm like, even there's some things where I'm like, okay, like say like jujitsu wise, I see her making an error, I see her doing something like this, but regardless, she's so good at staying defensively aware and creating scrambles when she needs to, just because she's been in these positions so many times. She's
Mhm.
just so familiar with these positions. So
Yeah.
even where she lacks technically, she's never really making like giving you a huge hole, giving you like a really big area to capitalize on it just because she is a champion. You can just feel it in her.
Right, exactly. When our first grappling session, you had me by the neck. I didn't feel that before. I felt uncomfortable. I tapped too quick. Now I'm watching all these JITS classes. I feel like, oh, what I got to do? I got to talk a little bit. I got to work. I got to work on the grips. I'm starting to figure it out a little bit, G. All right, I'm starting to figure it out.
Yeah,
Um,
start dealing with the kids first.
yeah. Trust. I'm going to dominate those 11-year-olds. All right, dominate. Some good questions, real quick for them. Could G possibly be in a title fight if Zhang moves up? Hey, you never know. I like that. We like
Um,
that here.
I guess it may be a possibility at this point. I I don't know. I think that there would be other girls more deserving of me that are
Sure,
probably up there.
sure.
That being said, I'm like, I know definitely Verena, but I don't know who would be versus
Yeah,
her.
I really don't either. I don't think Tatiana gets back in there. Maybe Dern? Does Dern get the title shot? I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't know. I because I'm like Verena's the only one I really would say I
Yeah,
think is deserving of that spot
yeah,
currently.
she's next.
Yeah, so I'm like I don't know, maybe, but
Maybe.
I think it's a
You
little bit
never
of
know,
a
especially
jump
the
to go
dates
to.
work. You never know. Never know. Rose is fantastic all-around fighter, but I don't think she beats the top five. Hey, I respect that opinion, Jake. I respect it. Can maybe disagree a little bit. Vintage performance by Usman. It was great. He really needed it too. One of the best welterweights of all time. Gee, if the UFC offered you a short notice fight on 2 weeks' notice, would you be able to do it, or is it too risky?
This is short notice title fight on 2 weeks. Not
Oh
just
yeah,
like
that's
yeah, that's a lot.
yeah.
Even just
That's
for me at 115, no, period. I can't make 115 on 2 weeks ever. Doesn't
yeah.
matter like if it's a title fight, non-title fight, I'm not making 115 on 2 weeks notice. So no to that. I guess I don't know if I was thinking of it at 125, still very risky, but like that'd be like the only possibility that I would like maybe think about it because I could
Yeah.
definitely make weight for that. But I'm like, if it's at 115, I'm dying before I hit the scale.
Yeah, for sure. That's probably wouldn't go well. Verna versus G. Yeah, I love that fight. It's so funny. We've been talking for a long time, and it's like the champ back in the day was like my thing was you versus Valentina. We always thought that was probably the thing. And then the straw weight, and then I remember it was just like you and Dern. It was like you and Dern, that's gonna happen. I think that's gonna happen, or honestly, you might get past it if in a weird way. You might be forward and see if Dern can catch up to you, which is kind of funny to think about, right? But now this is the thing, at least for me. I really do. Whaley has one more, and even if she beats Verna, I think she's going up. Like I think, and she might not even fight Verna. Like that fight might not even happen. So like this is my new one. It was you versus Valentina, you versus Dern. My new one is you versus Verna. Like that's the fight now. I think it's going to happen.
No, honestly, I even in my head, I think that if Verna and Whaley fight, I think Verna beats her. So
Ooh,
even I'm like say Verna gets to that opportunity before I do, which obviously I'm like, if Whaley doesn't move up, then that will be the case. That it'll be
Sure.
Verna and Whaley. So then I'm expecting it to be me versus Verna for the title anyway, if that is the case.
I love it. I love it. One last thing, G, this has been one of our better ones before. Maybe a little bit less L. Dawson, maybe some old school Mike called. I should have put that in the background. I missed that a little bit. Last little fun thing for you. I just think it's kind of interesting. So this weekend, it's UFC Baku. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the country, but it's out there in the Middle East.
Azerbaijan, I think. Azerbaijan, I want to say.
You're right. You're right in my books. You're right. I like it. Did you look at the card and realize there's 2 female bantamweight fights on this card?
I did not. I only knew the main event of this card, honestly. I did not look at I didn't look at it in depth, but 2 female bantamweight fights means
Ain't that interesting? Literally the 2 weeks after Kayla Harrison wins the championship, there was like an influx of bantamweight fighters.
Oh, but I'm just like, is that a good thing?
Probably not. Probably not. It's crazy. Yeah,
I'm like
crazy.
that division also doesn't have the best talent, so typically their fights aren't showstoppers.
I agree, and they're back to back on the card. It could be a long 50 minutes for all of us fans, but this is so if you only know the main event is awesome. The co-main event, G, you will absolutely love. Rafael Fasi versus Ignacio. Oh, like I cannot wait for that fight. That fight is the fight of the night for me.
Oh yeah, oh gosh. Ignacio, I feel like is just such a like precision, where Fiziev is kind of like reckless, like powerhouse, just coming forward. So I'm siding Ignacio on this one, but I love that matchup.
I think
fireworks.
Ignacio fought on Island Fights 2 or 3 shows after you fought on Island Fights. How crazy is that?
Whenever he made his debut on Island Fights was when me and Hannah Goldie fought on Island Fights.
Oh, so the same card.
Yeah, the exact same card.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I thought it was like 2 months after you.
No, I remember it was that, and then like Mike Perry was on the card too. That whole card was stacked.
How crazy is that? You look back on something like that. We even do it to these days. Like we look back on even like a couple that we commentated on together, and then like some of the cards I call now. There's this flyweight kid, G, little white guy, little white boy. He's like 18 or 19. He's insane. He's literally Mighty Mouse, but he's kind of like tall and lanky. He's like Corey Sandhagen. He fights like Sandhagen. He's so smooth. So submission, striking, kicks, does it all. And me and Dean are like, this could be the best kid ever coming out of Island Fights. This kid's so good.
Oh, it is crazy. It's to see them grow up like that. And then like we were saying earlier, the Florida MMA world is so small. So I'm like, it's like, you see these people constantly, or you see them constantly on this scene, and then you see them in the UFC, and you're like, holy shit, I remember when we fought on Combat Night or Island Fights together or whatever. It's really cool.
It's awesome. It's awesome. One of the next times you go to a Rise of Warrior or a Combat Night card, let me know if you can, like a week before, what day it is. I would love to go. I would love to kind of shoot the crap with you guys and go to a card. I think that'd be fun for sure.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
We'll get some content for sure. There we go. I think we absolutely killed it. Your little take on blending MMA into one is a good one. We'll try to make that into a clip. Guys, Gillian the Savage Robertson. You can follow her on IG, Savage_UFC. G, anything else? I think we nailed it.
No, I think that's good.